Hey everybody, welcome to our live chat. I'm Heather, and Renee and I come to you live every day, Monday through Friday, so we can talk about Luminous and talk about everything we have to offer, from color cosmetics to airbrushing, of course, to anything and everything. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to go in. I have a little bit of makeup on, so I'm just going to wipe that off, and then we will get started. I wanted to do a fun one because, and I put red eyeshadow because people are like, what, red? And so we can do that and show you how fun it can be, and without it getting too overboard. And so we'll go in and do that. I'm going to put a little bit of a little bit of lotion on, and I'm using the Contour AM Ignition Lotion. I'm like afraid to put it up there because I'm afraid it's going to fall again. And rub that on. And then, hey Candy, how are you? Good to see you. All right, so now let's go in. Yes, I went back to my natural color. This is my natural color. There's still some highlights in there though that'll start popping up a little more. Hey Nancy, good to see you. All right, so let's go in, and we are going to do regular eyeshadow. So I'm going to start with that while this is the lotion is soaking in. And so I have concealer, or it's actually foundation, on my lids already. And so that's set and ready to go. I might powder it just a little bit. And just dust a little bit. And I'm using the translucent powder, which I love our translucent powder. All right, so now I'm going to take the Strength palette. I'll just, coming out of quarantine, let's just change. Who knows? I don't know. I've been thinking about it for a while, going back, but I did it. And chances are I'm going to miss the blonde and go back. So who knows what I'll do. All right. So I'm going in, and I'm going to use a blending brush. And the red that I'm going to use is right here. Now, remember, I always tell you guys that our pigments are so powerful, or so strong. So I'm just going to go in a little bit, just getting it at the very top. You can see a little bit of the pigment on it. And then I'm going to blend. So I can take it in, and you can kind of do a V shape. And then it becomes all about blending. So the red will be fun for the 4th of July. 4th of July. Hello, welcome. We lose track of days, dates, whatever, for Memorial Weekend. So we will be set. And so I'm going to do a little bit more on this side too. And go back and forth. And this just shows you guys, like, you can use any color. It can be fun. And even though you're like, oh, I don't know if I can use red, you can blend it where it's super, it's super blended, and it's not going to be like red in your face. You can even mix some of the pink with it. And just go back and forth. So again, just blending back and forth. Told Renee you and her need to do half face. Oh, like seriously do half face so you can do, yeah, we can definitely do that. Maybe on Tuesday we can do that. Just remind us, Nancy. We can. All right, so I have my pink in there, or my red in there, which when you blend it, it becomes kind of a pinky color. And then you can put something darker in the crease to blend it out. You could put a dark blue, you could put black, anything, but brown, a dark brown, anything you wanted to even make that pop a little bit more. I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna add pearl, because we now know that's my favorite. So I'm gonna grab the pearl luminizer and I'm gonna shake it up. Make sure you do hear that, hi. Make sure you do hear the BB moving around in there. And I'm gonna put a few drops. Probably only needed 2, but I think I did 3. And turning this on, I'm now gonna go in and I'm gonna put the pearl here and kind of blend it onto some of the red as well. So again, going close, a little bit closer. We do tell you when you get your system to start 4 fingers away. When you start doing eyes, you'll want to come in a little closer because it is a little more detailed. And I'm just going back and forth. I feel the coolness. I don't feel any of the, oh, there it is. Okay. I was like, I wasn't feeling the actual makeup coming out yet. And what this is going to do, this pearl will turn the red, the part of the red that we'll get on will turn it an iridescent color as well and give it a little more interest, make it a little more interesting. Do that a little bit more. I know, I was gonna put the blue that's in the shrink palette, but will that be like too crazy? Like I just feel like it's like overdone. So I was gonna do the black airbrush eyeshadow in the crease. And I'm just finishing putting the pearl on here and blending that. But see how it's turning iridescent as well? I kind of dig it. I'm kind of digging it. All right, so I'm gonna let that wear out or blow that out. And now I'm gonna take 03, which is the black, and shake this one up. And do 2 drops. Definitely don't need 2 drops, but I did anyway. Turning it on. And then now I'm going to go to the outside corner. And start airbrushing to make the eyes pop. But what you could do is, when we're talking about red, white, and blue, you could do maybe blue here and then do a red lip. So I think there's different ways that you could do it, and it's not going to be as overboard. It does look like a pearly nail polish. So I'm going to do this one in my crease a little bit more, trying to get that right perfectly. And then remember, it does seem like I have a hot spot right there, so I can go in with a blending brush and just kind of blend that out. So remember, with airbrushing, there's really no mistake. So even if I'm doing eyes and I get maybe a poop of color, then you can blend it really quickly before it dries, but you do want to go back and forth to each eye. And there we go. So I'm gonna blow that out. Now I am going to clean this because when I get to the foundation, I wanna make sure that all the black eyeshadow is out and that it won't mix with my glow that I'm gonna put on and the foundation color. So in this situation, because I did my eyes first, I definitely would clean in between. And it doesn't have to be the Tip Top cleaner. You can just put water through it and that will be perfect, okay? So now I am gonna use the blue, I think. I'm gonna do the blue. Ooh, you know what I wanna do? Oh no! I'm going to use this one, the indigo. Nancy, you're adding pearl to your list. I'm going to use the indigo in the click and plays, which are amazing. And I'm going to use that as eyeliner underneath, smudging it where it's softer. And I keep going. And you could do it thicker, smudgier. You don't have to go all the way in. You could do it halfway. You could stop at any point. So that is the Click and Play Indigo that I just used for the blue eyeliner. Now I'm gonna dust underneath my eyes just real quick to make sure that everything, any flakes that may have fallen are down. And now I'm going to go in with glow. I love it. I'm really digging this glow. And I'm gonna go in with about 3 drops. And I'm going to use glow to highlight underneath my eyes. Now, one thing I want you to know when I'm doing this or watch when I'm doing this is I don't stay in one spot I never go in one spot twice. Like if I'm doing here, I'm like 1, 2, 1, like I keep bringing it down. Because if you're feeling where the air is from here to here. And so if I'm under my eyes, I'm always moving. And just like what we tell you guys to do when you're learning to airbrush is keep your stylus moving. So that's not moving on the same spot. That's moving. You're going to put more coverage there, but your coverage is done by passes. And so one pass is this when you keep moving it. Does that make sense? Because I know we did go into a lot more detail yesterday. But that way, because we did have a lot of questions on that the airbrush was accentuating wrinkles and crinkles, and it should not. It should not at all. And so when you go to airbrushing, if it is, just know that we just need to tweak something, okay? We just need to tweak something that you're doing and that it's fixable. Everything's fixable. And even though I'm from Texas, I didn't say fixin'. All right. And I'm just highlighting. I can even highlight my brow bone. And right there. So right now it might look a little crazy because all you're seeing is that highlight. And now to make it look even crazier, I'm going to do some contouring with shade 9, and that's all you're going to see. You're going to see the contouring and the differences, the contrast between the light and the dark. Turn that off. I know everybody usually gets mad at me because they're like, oh, I have to add this to my list. I haven't used this in a while, so I want to make sure that I'm shaking this up. And now I'll put my drops in here. And turning it on. I think I had, hey Deborah, how are you? I think I had a little bit of foundation left in there, so I'm just gonna mix it. And then now, contouring. All right, so now I'm gonna go in. And this one you can be about, you know, 3 or 4 finger widths away. And I do go back and forth. Not to stay in one spot too long, or you're not gonna stay in one spot, but keep moving. You're giving, because we're concentrating on one certain area, I'm giving some time for it to dry. Although it should dry, you're spraying so light that it should dry pretty much on as soon as you spray it on. All right, so that's all the contouring I'm doing. And now using Ultra. Ultra 3 is great for combination skin, acne prone skin, anything like that. Ultra is great for. It's going to give you light to full coverage. All of our foundations are going to give you full coverage. You're going to get there. Some of them will just start with medium because of a higher pigment. And those are usually, the Mystic is our highest pigmented foundation. And then we have matte also. So if you like to stay matte, you will love matte. I usually switch between the silk. Silk is what I wear every single day. I actually have been digging the Ultra because it's a little, I feel like it gives me a little dewier look. And again, guys, just keep making those passes. If you're holding it 4 finger widths away, you keep moving, barely pull back on that trigger. The airbrush goes on flawless. You're not going to get streaks. It's not going to be wet. It's not going to have hot spots. You're going to be, this does everything for you. I call it, did I just spill this on me? I call it my magic wand because it really does do everything for you. All right, so now I'm going to blow that out. Put that aside. And then now you can finish off with eyeliner. You can finish off, oh, you know what we have? Nautical eyeliner. This is our blue eyeliner that is in the Persuasion family. And you can go in and tickle the lash line, as Renee says. Nancy asks, are the colors true between the different foundation? What do you mean by true? It does get, I mean, I don't know what you mean by true between the foundations. If you're using silk, the Silk 4-in-1, they're on the more neutral side. If you use Matte Mystic or the Ultra foundation, even numbers can be have a pink undertone. Odd are going to have more of a yellow undertone. And then you can always mix and match, because that's when we give you your starter kit, we give you 2 large bottles of foundation this size, and you can mix and match those. So if you need it a little bit lighter, a little bit darker, you can mix and match those. Also, as your starter kit, we want you to practice. We want you to use it. And so get to work. All right, so now let me go in. I'm going to do a little bit of the Nautical eyeliner, which is beautiful. I love this color. Oh, across the board. Yes, you'll stick to whatever shade you are across the board. But let's talk about that for a second. You will stick if you are, wait, let's see. So Nancy, if you're going to try if you're using silk and you're going to try Mystic for higher coverage, know that Mystic is a higher pigment load. So it might, if you spray it on heavier, it might look darker because of the heavier pigment load. So with Mystic being a higher pigmented, being higher pigmentation in there, you're going to spray super light, and you might not have to make as many passes. So just know that. Let me see how, ooh, loving that blue. That's so pretty. All right, so now I can add mascara. I can add, if I wanted to add blush, maybe I just want to keep it contoured. Maybe I just want to keep something here, but because I have so much color on, maybe I don't want to add, anything too crazy, too bright, or on the cheeks. But I am, however, going to add, let me move all this. Going to add some bright to my lips. Let's see which one I want to add. Which one do I want to do? This one's more pinky. I'll use this one. This is the Vinyl Slick Liquid Lipsticks, which I love. Because look at that pigment. That was just half a swipe. Here. And there you go. You got some creamy, high pigmentation, very nourishing lips, staying power because it is highly pigmented, and it won't go anywhere. You could also actually use a lip liner if you wanted to change it just a little bit, change the shade just a little. But even using a lip liner, I would fill that bad boy in and then put the lipstick on top of all of it. So there you go. All right, guys. Oh, and the green one is emerald. But yeah, those are beautiful. I love them. I use the blue a lot. I use Nautical a lot. They're both beautiful. Not all of them. Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I will see you back here at 4. I want to do a smoky Memorial Weekend look. So we're going to do it. All right. Thank you, Deborah. All right. I'll see you guys later. Maybe you can do this look this weekend and send me the photos. I want to see. All right. See you guys later. Bye for now.